You again? Oh, no, please. I have nothing more to confess. You've already exposed my secret shame, and I understand you managed to lure Sun away on some crazy enterprise. What more can you take from me? The corpse crone! Don't say that name so loudly, lest she be summoned. She is the true cause of all this darkness in Brightwood. Indeed, I have written an account. Just read it for yourself and know the horrors she wrought. Long ago, a witch crept into the eastern fens. This was the corpse crone, and she cast a wicked spell. The deadly hex spread like a sickening plague. The island's immortality was twisted and made obscene. The curse of the lost would haunt our lands. The people sought salvation from this plague. Desperate, we believed conviction our only course. We discovered the soulless could hide amongst us. Committing them to the cold earth was the only answer. Eventually, the crone's purpose became clear. Her hex would bind the restless lost to her will. To this day, her foul curse lingers. Until her evil can be forever extinguished. There now. You know the full story. Whatever terrible deeds you attribute to the Bright Vigil, they were victims too. Tell me, though, do you mean to track down the vile crone and hold her to account? Be wary then, nosy traveler. Weaver's Fen is a foul territory, ridden with sickness and despair. All the crone's doing, no doubt. I wish you luck, though. Or perhaps a miracle. You'll need it, I fear.
You've heard Pennyfather's sordid tale, have you? I do not give that man's story much credence. Neither do I have any desire to meet this sorceress. Such types cannot be trusted, in my experience. We've come this far, and discovering the truth about the source of the Lost Plague seems wise. But there's a great deal of ground to cover, and little time, if the corrupted are as strong as they seem. Careful not to give too much credit to the Azoth tree. Nature here does not always align with humanity's best interests. If she exists, I suspect, however, the corpse crone may be hiding secrets of significant power. There's a stalwart knight named Sir Britmar who once protected the Fen. If she remains, I shall request her aid in this venture. Meanwhile, the crone's curse began in Perryville, so I suggest you search there. Do be...
powers referenced in the ancient tablets quickly proved a waste of time. Whatever reason the ancients cultivated them was not to defend against the Crimson Madness. Conversely, the mushrooms finally, my efforts have yielded results. I have exposed several volunteers to corruption. And while the mixture may still require some fine-tuning, it's clear that it works. With some caveats. Unfortunately, I noticed right away the cure somehow deadened volunteers' senses. And shortly later, they seemed to lose their ability to communicate. Later, their eyes began to glow with a chilling azure, and they eventually became completely non-responsive. The villagers have taken to calling them lost. I am convinced that with a few more tests, we can eliminate these disappointing side effects. But, of course, I am now having great difficulty recruiting more volunteers. Even Brittmar is having doubts.
Oh, Wakanda Hero.
Damn it all! The situation here in Perryville is deteriorating by the hour. Seems one of the lost somehow passed their condition onto a family member who had not been a volunteer. I offered to assess and treat the problem. I was met with nothing but anger and fury. Everyone seems to have forgotten that this effort is in pursuit of protection against a far greater evil. With a few further tests, I am certain I can perfect the cure. And perhaps even find a remedy. If I am to find more volunteers, however, they will not be here. Brittmar is helping to pack up all of my equipment and research, and we will leave this town of fools in the morning. Oh, good riddance.
Let it be hereby known that the Shadow Hunters of Carberg are offering a reward for anyone providing information that leads to the capture of the corpse crone. The foul sorceress has dark hair and a pale, violet scar in place of a missing eye. She was last seen fleeing her home in Perryville, but it is believed that she remains in hiding somewhere in Weaver's Fen. Let it be further known that anyone who harbors or abets the crone shall be held to equal account for her crimes, and shall be subject to the same sentence.
I hope you had better luck than I, my friend. The legacy of the corpse crone seems to have claimed every town in this region. The only thing I've learned about Sir Brittmar is that she departed from this area in some haste. You found the crone's grimoire. Quite an important clue. Filled with records of her vile conjurations, no doubt. But though the Bright Vigil never came this far east, it seems there were those who sought to hold the crone accountable for her crimes. I presume you saw the posters. These shadow hunters gathered in Carberg. Perhaps. I've just come from searching Britmar's home there. The crone's curse swept through Carberg like a hurricane. It appears the entire town fell lost in hours, and the curse still haunts the streets like a contagion. Very well. I should spend time studying this journal for clues to the crone's fate, and that of the brave and loyal Britmar. Learn what you can in Carberg, and then meet me on the town's outskirts. Light be with you, Warden.
I heard you were looking for me.
Yes. We won't allow you to profane this place with your foul...
Enough! I don't have time for your ignorance.
This is the sad fate of humankind on this island. All of us, everyone, doomed to lose their souls. That is why we fight.
This journal tells more lies than truths. I simply cannot believe Britmar would support this foul sorcery. What did you learn in Carberg? Did the hunters manage to apprehend the crone? She cursed an entire town. Such power rivals the magic of even Mirrodin himself. Perhaps the only place that hasn't fallen lost in this dreadful swamp is the ramshackle settlement of Twillen. I should like to go there and inquire after Britmar. I cannot. If the journal is to be believed, the crone spent centuries studying the ancient ruins in the Fen. That is undoubtedly where she acquired her power. The last entry makes specific mention of the ruins at Vega Bridge. That makes sense. I hope you find answers. I hope we learn the crone ultimately faced justice for what she did. I will go on to Twillen and inquire about both Britmar and the crone. I'll await you there.
I've translated the glyphs on the bridge, and it's clear this passage was once a major supply route. Just as with the obelisk, the bridge was protected by magical devices, strategically placed to ward away some danger, almost certainly the corruption. If I could find one of these devices, I had hoped to deconstruct it and determine what
Well, now, your timings at this chest is, of course.
I found one of the ancient devices on top of the bridge, and there is even a flicker of power.
So, did you find anything inside? I always fancied a crown for myself. One of those big jewel-studded affairs. Nothing but a mouldy piece of paper. Is that all? This swamp really is cursed. I suppose that's the kind of clue you were looking for, though, isn't it? Does it tell you where to search next? Well, Twillin isn't so much a town as a pile of wooden planks over the muck, but there's a tavern there at least.
The fact this rank stack of hovels stands as the last safe place in the fen is testament to the crone's evil legacy. Like Pennyfather, many here refuse to speak her name aloud. Nor do they have did she. Now that is encouraging, though it also disproves the theory my friend was ensorcelled. If Britmar abandoned the crone, she may have returned to Hinbroken in the southern marshes. I shall check there next. If Sir Britmar were with us, we would have not only the benefit of her knowledge, but of her patience and strategic thinking as well. Without her, we have only the terrified and distrustful people of Twillin. You should. Unfortunately, many people lost faith in the knights during the Wars of Crimson Madness. Your inquiries about the corpse crone may get more honest answers. Meantime, I'm off to Hinbroken.
What drags you into the vile waters of Weaver's Fen, traveler? Bilge and bastards, that's all you'll find here. Anyone who could leave this place has left long since. How dare you speak the name of that hideous fiend? She twisted. We are still burdened by the tyranny of her evil magic. And the best we can do is try to forget it. She's still out there, lurking in the bog, taking anyone she finds back to her foul lair and stealing their souls. Don't be a fool. Many have sought vengeance against her. None have returned.
Dismal as it is here, the Weavers of the Fen still honor the old ways. We welcome you as an honored guest. Our numbers are few now, but if there is anything that will enhance your visit, just let it be known. Only the most foolish or desperate would seek out the old sorcerers of the swamp. I wonder, which are you? If anyone around here knows how to find the crone, it would be Bella Ruby. But I didn't tell you that.
Well, hello there. What brings you around these parts? Most people have better places to be than Weaver's Fen, but for some of us, it's a safe refuge. A place where we can be who we want and live how we want. Oh, not to harm her, I hope. You should know, the crone's quite capable of defending herself. She's not a monster, you know. For those in need, the crone has been known to help. Despite what others may say, the corpse crone doesn't want to turn everyone lost. She doesn't snatch people up in the night or do anything they don't ask for. I sought the crone myself at one point. You see, I was struggling with my identity, who I am inside, and she helped me. She gave me these wonderful medicines, and now everyone sees me in the way I see myself. No, but people need someone to blame for their misery, and they'll choose the easiest target. To petition the crone, follow the trail of torches on the South Road, and be respectful. She has no patience for fools.
I'm impressed you made it this far. Most don't. You followed the light, so you must want something. Judging by your appearance, however, I'm guessing it's not a friendly visit over a cup of tea.
You. Truly the wicked thrive, while the good suffer on this hellish island. The traitor Morgaine is the corpse crone. I'll be damned.
Oh, it seems self-righteous fools persist as well. Go back to your keep, Galahad. Your king is gone, and your duty with him.
Is that why you cursed Britmar? We saw the sorry fate she received for trusting you. You haven't changed at all.
Britmar didn't deserve her fate. You know nothing of the truth.
An unlikely day I'll hear the truth from you, but you'll answer for what you've done, Morgaine. To Britmar and to our Lord King.
I am through being insulted by you. You can pound your head against this barrier all you want. We are done here.
At first, I didn't recognize her. And even now, I doubt my eyes. Oh, she is much changed. But there can be no doubt. That's the Enchantress Morgaine, sister to Mirrodin, the Crimson Sorcerer, and traitor to my Lord King. First, I didn't recognize her. And even now, I doubt my eyes. Oh, she is much changed. But there can be no doubt. That's the enchantress Morgaine. Sister to Mirrodin, the crimson sorcerer, and traitor to my lord king. No, Morgaine vanished. Damn it! But indeed, Mirrodin.
Miserable thing. The place I would not wish on my worst enemy. Come away and join me in brighter lands.
Morgaine went to great lengths to protect her solitude. Those anchors were farther than expected, but this barrier must come down. Though I goaded her into some dialogue, she's now back to ignoring me. Yes, and though she was not very forthcoming, her account of what happened during the Wars of Crimson Madness does make some sense. I still have no answer. Though she speaks cold, but Morgaine is not blameless, and I would hard. Moreover, I got...
I'm impressed. I felt quite assured no one had both the perception and the prowess to bring down my barrier. But where is the most holy knight? Perhaps after cooling down, he remembered his steel is no match for my sorcery. That's for the best. We can have a more reasonable discussion. Galahad cannot accept that some questions have no answers. I watched Mirrodin's fall to corruption firsthand. I know the Crimson Menace does not play by the rules. I'm afraid that would take several lifetimes, and I'm quite busy at the present moment. If you wish to hear my account of the wars and the events that led to my unfortunate reputation, I've written it down just there. Go on. Aeternum secrets called to us in dreams, promising vast, ancient knowledge. What we discovered was an entity longing for release. Mirrodin believed his spellcraft would ensure protection, but this fell power claimed him for its own. As the Crimson Sorcerer, he became the herald of madness. When all else failed, I confronted my brother. Our magics clashed, and then... silence. I was forever changed. I knew the corruption would return. But the power I needed came at a terrible cost. The secrets I sought continued to elude me. But I refused to relent. I became the corpse crone, the curse of Weaver's Fen, the target of foolish shadow hunters. I have spent the century since alone, preparing. When the Crimson Madness returns, I shall be ready. So, you see now that I have neither insight nor responsibility in whatever fate befell the High King. As to my part in my brother's fall, I have spent every moment making amends. Preparing for corruption's eventual return. No! That cannot be! I would know! I have been holed up in this cave for a long time. Some people believe corruption is mankind's inherent evil in its purest form, and others that it's some kind of demonic possession. It's far more complex, however. I should know. I've spent centuries studying it. Ha! Well, of course they do. It would be a shame if I spent all this time and could offer no value to them. Wait. You're a soul warden? I thought the order perished. Never mind. We'll need all the help we can get. Yes, well, I'll leave that to you. I must visit the ruins to the northeast and verify the sources of power there have not fallen to corruption. Go after Galahad if you must, but then meet me in the ruins of Canopus. I'll need your help.
I'm still digesting the fact of Britmar's fall, and the claims of Morgaine, which have some merit, in truth. She vexes me to no end, but I cannot dispute the insight she can lend to the cause of battling corruption. Very well. Learn what you can from Morgaine, and perhaps convince her to join us at Caer Dun. I shall return to the fortress now to consult with Jonas on military strategy. That's where I belong. Light be with you.
Perfect. Among these ruins, there are sources of power the ancients learned to manipulate. Of most concern, the wells of pure Azoth. Mirrodin became obsessed with hoarding as much as he could. The Tempest? Is that the champion corruption has chosen in this era? We shall have to learn everything we can about her. Wait. You have that look. Does the Tempest speak in your mind? Mirrodin had such power as well. Oh, how could so much have transpired while I toiled in that cave? I feel a fool for sequestering myself so long. If this Tempest is already amassing pure Azoth, then we are so far behind. Yes, the fountain of pure Azoth at this ruin dried long ago, but its residual power remains in the waters and in the guardians who protect the site. We must harness that power to recharge an ancient warding apparatus nearby. Years ago, I placed shield devices to absorb the power here. If they aren't fully charged, you can siphon energy from the Guardians. I must go on to Andrometus, so once you have the devices, meet me there. Oh? You handled that quickly and without complaint. Ha. It's been a long time since I partnered with someone so competent. Ha. People disappoint. It's an unfortunate fact of nature. Only time will prove if you're an exception. This apparatus once powered ancient wards for all these ruins. And recharging it will defend against the corrupted. There's some kind of fault in the eldritch boundaries. However, it may be impossible to repair. A glutton for danger, are you? I hope you have some measure of restraint. But at the moment, I'll take the bravado. The fault could be caused by a threat the wards identified and contained. Well, if I knew that, I'd have said so. If that does prove to be the case, if some entity has been entrapped, it will need to be released. Twice now. You solved problems without coming back to whine about some complication. Was there some entity that had been entrapped in the wards? That's strange. I can't imagine why an elemental being would trigger ancient wards. Here, is that a specimen you collected? Let's see. I hope you took precautions gathering this sample. After I recharge the wards, I will need to study this sample carefully and check the area for more. Yes. That adventurous spirit is definitely your weak spot, but once again, I'll take full advantage. I'll work on the wards while you track this blight back to its source. Do be careful.
Construct Productions. Hey.